Depth is being tested a little bit. Josh Walker's out for now. I understand that Coach Niamat said Josh Brown may be down for the year.
Yeah.
That's two guys who are kind of in that rotation. Where are you at now?
It's the next man up. That's how we practice. We've been preparing for this all year. I mean, things happen during the season. Some of the guys that were hanging their heads early on, they're now up in rotation. So they weren't getting the reps that they wanted. In the games and all that early on. But I told them, hey, it's a long season. Just keep working. Never know what's going to happen. This has happened to us, just about every year. I mean, it's a long season. We're playing a lot of games. We play hard, play physical. I mean, so things like this are going to happen. Guys are going to get hurt, unfortunately. So, when they do, the next guy's up. They're getting the same practice reps. They're in the same meeting. They're getting taught the same things. They're getting installed the same game plan. And we expect them to know what to do. And when their number's called and when they get in, they need to know what to do. So I got confidence in all those guys. Whoever goes in and plays, they'll know what to do and they'll play well. So that's kind of just been our mantra.
Who is on that next year? Are we talking about John Brown, Trey Walker, and Jamal Daniel? Is that the next guys there? Who's going to elevate and see more time?
Jamal Daniel, Mouton. I mean, those guys have been there. John Brown is right there with them. So they're all it's kind of hit and miss. Some guys practice well some days, and it's not for lack of effort. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but it's just a confidence deal. Who you feel you got the most confidence in, going into a game. So that's kind of how we sub and how we manage the game is guys you feel that are playing the well or can do the best at what you're asking them to do. If we got to block big linebackers all the time, we got some guys that they might not be cut out to do that all the time, where other guys might be able to do that better. So we sub based on a lot of time on what we're trying to get done and just overall knowledge of what we're trying to do and so just kind of play it by ear.
Calvin, he missed that last game. Yes, you
sir.
Expect him back on Saturday?
I hope so. He ran around a little bit today. We'll see. I mean, obviously I want all those guys to play, be healthy, and do all that. But I don't know. I take their word and the doc's word, and we go from there. If they tell me he's good, he's good. If he's not, we'll just like we said, he'll be in the back supporting the next guy, coaching him up and teaching him what to do, and trying to find a way to win. Just one game. We take it one game a week. We're just trying to find a way to win this game, and hopefully everybody get healthy. It's not healthy, and we'll take it at it. Maybe somebody gets hurt this game, and somebody else will have to step up next week. We don't know, but you can't think down the road. You can't prepare for down the road. We just take it one day at a time, do the best we can do every day, and hopefully, it'll be good at the end. So we'll see.
How many guys are you going to travel to East Carolina?
I don't know. I think 8.
Okay, so Dyson, Tonio, hopefully Calvin Cass if he's healthy. Bonner, that's 4. So are you talking that 4 spots are open amongst guys?
No, those guys, same guys have been traveling. I mean, Jamal and Mouton and those guys traveled last week.
They've been traveling? Daniel been traveling?
Yeah, last week he did. With the guys that have been out, Josh Walker had been traveling. Josh Brown, obviously with those 2 guys down. But, Jabal will probably be the newest guy. He traveled last week, dressed, and so he'll be going. Okay. Mouton. John Brown. John Brown's doing Trey Walker, yeah.
Okay.
So those guys have all, most of them playing games. I mean, John did a great job last week on special teams. I mean, all those guys have done, they've traveled and they're kind of earning their way, so they're getting on the field in other ways. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of, that's how John Brown was cutting his teeth. That's how Josh Brown, Josh Walker, had been in. He played, that's how he got hurt in the game. Obviously, he was playing and doing a good job. So hate to see those guys go down, but like you said, you just got to keep going. There's nothing we can do. They're out here cheering the guys on, and it stinks. It's hard, but unfortunately, that's just the sport we chose and the business we're in. It's things happen, guys get hurt. We just have to keep going. We don't complain about it. We don't talk about it. A lot of people around the country talk about how many guys they got hurt and all that. We just play. We just go out and play. Whoever's healthy will play.
Daryl Bonner.
Yes,
I mean, this kid's obviously one of the surprises of the season with what he's done. He keeps getting better and better, making play after play.
Doing really well.
What has gotten into Daryl Bonner?
I don't know. He's got a much better grasp of the offense and what we're trying to do now than he ever has. I think he made that commitment to get better and do better. He had a great offseason. and he just seems to find a way to be in the right place at the right time. You know, I mean, some guys do that, and some guys are at the wrong place at the wrong time, or find a way to not do right. And he seems to always be at the right place at the right time. He makes big plays, good catches. He seems to get open. You know what I mean? He just does a good job. So he's played a lot, and he's had to, but he's played well. And I expected him to play well when he was out there. We didn't put him out there, hoping this or hoping. I mean, he was good enough to play. We saw him practice. He prepared well, and I was, this is kind of what I was expecting from him. Has he exceeded that? Probably, but I still wouldn't say, he's doing stuff I just never would have dreamed of. He's playing about like I thought. I thought he could catch the ball. I thought he could run the ball. He had a knack of making people miss. He's doing a much better job blocking than he ever has. So he's going to have to play a lot this week too. So we'll see. Just got to keep going. He's done a really good job stepping in for those guys, and really he's taking more of a leadership role now. He's had to. I mean, he's a junior. He knows what to do. So I expect a lot out of him at practice. I expect him to know what to do, and he'll even help the younger guys. So I'm really proud of him.
All right, thanks, good.
There you go, good. Don't blame him.
As the running game coordinator,
right.
How do you feel the running game is doing?
Probably like always, doing some good things, but things should get better. Obviously, Will's done a great job running the football, and I think we're doing a good job up front. With all the structure of the defenses, it's been hard to get the fullback going.
Yeah.
They've been kind of pushing the ball outside, and so obviously we're going to take what they give us. So, but I think we're doing well.
Are you surprised? Well, I actually asked Ivan about that. I mean, it seemed like the focus of so many teams has been to stop the fullback, and
right.
As you mentioned, it's been hard to really get them loose. They haven't
right.
had the big games that we've come to expect, the 100-yard games. But at some point, do you expect teams to finally realize that you can beat them outside with Worth in the slots, and maybe they'll change up, or do you think that's just going to continue to be tough sledding inside?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll adjust a little bit, but we have run the ball effectively inside, just not that many reps per game. So I think we're pleased with it, and we're still we're work in progress, and that's what we try to tell our guys. We still got a long season, still hopefully have 5 games to play. We'll take it one at a time. We're just trying to get better and improve it in every area.
Oh, I haven't talked to you since early in the season about the offensive line.
Okay.
I mean, how are these guys grading out so far? Who's playing really well? That type of thing.
Blake Copeland's playing really well at left tackle. Adam West and Evan Martin, I think, are both playing well. Maurice Morris and the combination of Maurice and Parker Wade are doing well. Maurice is doing a nice job. We're getting a lot of zero nose. Big guys put on him. He's kind of controlling the line of scrimmage pretty well there.
Not getting knocked back.
Right. And then Andrew Wood, who's the youngest of them, but the sophomore, super talented, maybe the most talented kid we've had here, shows flashes of kind of greatness, but he's still learning. But I think we're pleased with all of them and the progress they've made. And we've got a group of guys behind them that I think at some point, as the season progresses, we may need to call on some of those guys to help us out as well. Well,
I was going to ask you about Andrew Wood. He's got, by my count, 5 illegal procedure penalties. What's happening with Andrew? Why is he having a problem with the snap count?
He's got to focus better. And what's happened is not real complicated. And we've addressed that. We've talked to him, and we had a 2-game stretch there where things went well, and then we had another one again Saturday. So it's just a lack of focus, or maybe it's a young guy and there's a lot going on in his head and he's trying to think about assignments. So hopefully as we get more reps, that'll get better. But he's a conscientious kid. He wants to do well. Like anybody, puts a lot of pressure on himself, so we got to work on that as well too.
We know that Parker Wade relieves Maurice when he needs a blow.
Right.
Who is going in at guard and tackle? Who's the first guy off the bench? It looked like Jake Hulk was the first tackle in the last game, but I don't know that that's been consistent that way. And who at guard are you trusting to come in?
Jake has been the first tackle in just about all season. And
does he ever replace Blake, or does he only replace Wood?
No, he's replaced both as the season.
He'll play left or right?
He has, yes, he does. Early in the season, Maurice Morris was coming in to play guard, and Parker would play center to spell the guards. Down at South Florida, we started playing Laurent and Jiki.
Okay.
So he's kind of our first guy in right now.
How's Njiki coming along?
He's doing well.
Right.
Big, strong kid, and he's doing well. He's actually having to play some center and guard for us right now, but we think he's going to be a good player.
When you first moved to him, there was some buzz about Michael Rayford. Haven't heard
Right.
much about him lately. Is he hit a wall, or is he still learning? I mean, he's got the body size that maybe next year you might need him
Right.
with graduating Blake.
No doubt.
What are you seeing out of Rayford?
Continues to progress. You know, he just came over from defense, so everything is brand new to him, from getting in a stance to taking the proper footwork to learning the plays, and then you throw all of it together. Now I got to take this footwork on this play and those things. So it's a lot to digest, but he's progressing every day. I think he'll continue to get better as the year goes on. I think spring ball will be huge for him, and I'd be surprised if he doesn't contribute big time next year.
All right, thanks, Ash. I was down outside the locker room and I saw your mom there, and it was the first game she's been to since the season opener. So
Yeah.
how great was it to see your mom there? She seemed in very good spirits with all her Navy gear on.
It was an amazing feeling just to have her back out there. I think the whole Navy Marine Corps felt it as well. When she came back, everything seemed like it was right in the world. So it was very good for her to come back, very good for me, for her to come back also, and just our family too, just to see her back out there in her element, doing her thing. It's an amazing feeling. So I was very grateful.
How is she progressing? Is she coming along? Do things look promising on?
She's coming along very well. Obviously, with what she has, the progression seems to be minimal. But if it's positive, it's progression. And as long as we're going in the right direction, then we're not really too worried about it. It's just blessing to see things moving in the right direction so far, and we just keep pushing that way.
Now the shame of it is she finally makes it back to Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, and you aren't able to play. You hoping to get back out there soon?
Yeah, I should be back out there this weekend. Just a little precaution so I didn't hurt anything worse than I needed to be hurt and miss more games that I needed to miss. So it was just one game out. That way I could finish out the season strong with my brothers.
Now, I was just talking to Coach O'Rourke about the slot back depth, because two guys are going to be out. Josh Walker's down for this game, we know, and Coach Nehemiah told me Josh Brown might be done for the year. What do you got behind you? We know about Dyson, we know about Tonio, we know about Calvin Cass, we even know now about Daryl Bonner.
Right.
But what about behind that? Because I don't know how much we know about some of these other guys, a John Brown, a Jamal Daniel, a Mouton. Can these guys get the job done if they're thrown in there?
Yes, they can. Everybody can get the job done, I think. And I think you guys are seeing that with the people that's going down, and then you just got to have another person come in, and it's like, well, who is this? And then they're doing the same things we're doing. It doesn't really look like there's much of a difference. So anybody that they put in there can get the job done. That's just, we happen to be the people at the front right now, but if we go down, there's 10,000 behind us ready to come and push the job done and get it finished. So I don't have any worries that no matter who they put in, they're going to get it done.
All right, let me do a quick video.